Good evening, and welcome to City Watch. I'm September Jones. We have in the studio tonight a local law enforcement officer, and we are going to discuss, from the point of view of cops on the beat, the nature of law enforcement in the 21st century, for safety. We will not mention which local police department the officer is from, and we will not give his full name. So let's welcome Officer Chris.
Thank you for having me on the show, September. It's nice to be here.
Officer Chris, have you observed any changes in criminal activity in your locality?
Well, September, that's a tough question. You see, most people are criminals at heart, and it is only a matter of time before they begin committing crime.
So are you implying that all people are criminals?
Absolutely.
I don't understand how you can say that.
Well, September, just as an example, have you driven anywhere in your car lately? People are committing motor vehicle crimes on a regular basis. Speeding, running stop signs, tailgating, driving while drunk or under the influence of drugs, talking on cell phones, applying makeup, having sex, racing, and it is just a short list.
But I'm not sure I agree with you that everybody is a criminal. I certainly abide by all motor vehicle laws.
That just proves my point. Not only are all people criminals, but liars as well.
What do you mean?
I was already in the studio parking lot when you arrived. I had the radar unit in my cruiser turned on, and clocked you at 74 miles an hour in a 25-mile speed zone. You failed to stop at the red light and you sideswiped a school bus full of children as you turned into the parking lot. And let's not forget the studio intern that you ran over as you pulled into your parking space.
Officer, I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oh. Like I have not heard that one before.
No, really. I don't think that was me you saw.
So then I guess the registration and insurance cards in the vehicle with your name on it were planted there by someone else.
Yes, that is correct. It is all part of an elaborate conspiracy to get me kicked off of my nationally syndicated show.
And I suppose the 27 bottles of Jack Daniels and 14 pounds of marijuana were also part of the conspiracy.
Yes, of course. I'm not involved in any criminal activity of any kind, nor have I ever.
Then how would you explain the ATM video showing you robbing an elderly woman at gunpoint 1/2 hour before you arrived at the studio?
I really think that this is a case of mistaken identity. I have no recollection of being anywhere near an ATM, and I certainly never held up an elderly woman.
Well, September, when you spend your days in an alcoholic and crack-induced haze, it is hard to remember anything.
Well, I suppose that it is a valid point.
Should we talk about the informant who saw you getting oral sex from a 13-year-old boy in the alley behind the studio?
That boy was only helping me with a stock zipper. Well, I see we have to go to a commercial break and hear from our sponsors. When we come back from the break, we will talk more with Officer Chris. I'm September Jones, and we'll be right back. And we're back on City Watch. We're talking to Officer Chris about some very disturbing revelations. Officer Chris, before the break you were alluding to the increasing lawlessness in our neighborhoods.
That's correct. Society is descending into chaos. Before long, people will be running around in loincloths grunting and screaming while beating each other to death with the bones of the dead. And it is only a matter of time before civil war breaks out across the country.
You paint a very bleak picture for mankind.
Well, actually, I'm very optimistic for the future of our race.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, you see, I'm very optimistic about the future for those of us who manage to survive.
I'm sorry, but I'm really not following.
Just look around. The level of stupidity has increased exponentially over the last 2 decades due to children giving birth to more children with no formal education. These are all people with no possible chance of surviving on their own. So before long, the only people that will be left are those of us with formal education and the resourcefulness to carry on.
It seems that we are really getting off topic here.
Would you rather that we talk about the prostitution ring that you run while dressed up as a nun?
That was only a phase I was going through in college.
Or perhaps we should discuss what it was you were doing with the transvestite last night.
Well, I think that's about all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank Officer Chris for coming on to the show, and I would like to thank our sponsors. I'm September Jones, and this is City Watch.
There is still the matter of the meth lab that my fellow officers found in your basement.